You're real close on this side. Oh boy. You're real close on this side. This is making me nervous. You're in.
Well, y'all, welcome back to the channel. That was stressful, and I think we're making a lot of progress because the camper's actually inside. We have a lot of things that we finished on the barn. Concrete is done. You guys saw that in another video, but now we have doors, and we're just about done. So I thought what I would do in this video is, this is kind of like the moving in video. We started with the camper. This thing has been like randomly
Everywhere.
Yeah, randomly placed all over the place. Today we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna upgrade a few things of the camper real quick, and then I'm gonna walk you guys around and show you the progress we've made. Holly and I washed this thing like crazy and scrubbed it in the hot sun.
It was so gross.
And it was so hot. Let's go in there. We have two things we need to do. One is something that it's actually, everyone hates about campers, 100%. If you guys have a camper, leave a comment. You know you hate this too. And the other thing is just maintenance. We have lots of things to do. Let's get to work. So what's kind of cool about having a camper in this big barn is that at some point we're gonna have a bathroom and a kitchen over here, and this is almost like a guest house that's undercover, and we don't have to worry about anything happening to it. So Holly's gonna show us around real quick. So what is that?
Well, I think it's a piece of insulation that goes up in the skylight fan multi-purpose hole in the ceiling. I think that's what it is, but this is falling apart. Little silver flecks are everywhere. So this is getting thrown away, and there's another one just like it over there that is also about to get thrown away. For sure.
It's like fish scales.
I know, it's kind of
You want to hold the bag up there and all?
Yeah. Should you get a cloth or something to do that with? Let's do that. Let me go get you a rag. I'll be right back. A little bit too big, but it'll make it a tight fit.
Okay, so the number one thing people hate about RVs are mattresses in RVs. I don't care how much money you spend on an RV. You buy an expensive one, you buy a cheap one, big one, small one, it does not matter. They all come with garbage mattresses. And when you're in an RV, you want to be doing fun things. You want to be traveling and hiking and being active, riding bikes and whatever you want to do outside. And they always come with these garbage mattresses so you can't sleep. This mattress has to go, and Brooklyn Bedding reached out to me and said, do you need a mattress for your house? I said, no, not really, I'm good, thanks. But then I was like, wait a second, do you do RV mattresses? And they said, yeah, we do. We do king size RV mattresses. I said, man, let's talk. That is going to be upgraded here. So between getting this knocked out and having an actual decent mattress in this camper, I think we are going to be living the high life. Let's get that big heavy mattress and get it in here. The packaging was great, came here very quickly, and somehow now mattresses just come straight to your door. It's awesome. No one will ever suffer a night's sleep on that thing, ever again. Tell you what, why don't you set it down on the step? Oh.
There?
Yep.
And then flip it in? Yeah.
We're just gonna walk it.
Okay.
A+ for packaging, I could give them that. Mattresses come straight to your door. Who knew? What a world.
Okay.
Whew. There's not a chance that one of us are gonna jump on this beautiful new bed, as dirty as we are right now.
No.
So I think we're gonna get cleaned up.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and we'll talk more about this, and then we'll walk around the barn. We will catch you guys when we're clean. Just 2 seconds, we'll be right back with you. Oh gosh. So I was far too nasty yesterday. Just, oh, this is amazing. This is like, oh, this is awesome. All right, let's finish where we left off. It is first thing in the morning. The whole family's still asleep. We're cleaner, and this is going to be hopefully a much better experience. I am fired up about getting this camper in here, moving in this barn. Let's finish kind of talking about the bed, and we've already talked about the skylights, and then let's go outside. I want to show you some of the cool upgrades we've made, specifically the doors. The doors are phenomenal. So let's talk about this real quick and we'll go out and look at the doors. So why would you go with Brooklyn Bedding? A couple of reasons why. 1, 120-day sleep trial. 2, limited lifetime warranty. And 3, it was super easy, guys. They shipped this right to the door, and you unpack it, you see the process, you saw the process of putting it together. I know how necessary it is because sleep is important. We go pretty hard, you guys probably know that now. And a lot of folks that watch this channel, we see the demographics. None of us are spring chickens, we'll put it that way. I think when you're like 18 to 25, so you don't realize how important sleep is. You get older, you realize how important sleep is. As hard as we work on this farm, we've got to recharge because we still have things to get done, and we have a limited amount of time to do things. Super happy with how this thing arrived, how it unpacked. You spend a whole lot of your time on a mattress, and I just think that if this is the kind of place where you're gonna go cheap, you may want to reconsider that. Like, you spend a lot of your hours of your day on your mattress. So I did ask Brooklyn Bedding to give us a discount code, so it's 30% off, which is a lot of money. These aren't like, this isn't a Sam's Club or Walmart thing, guys. This is actually a pretty high quality mattress, and 30%, I'm saying that because they're not cheap. 30% could save you a whole lot of money. I don't get anything if you buy 100 of them or if you buy none of them. I just want people to be happy, and I want to show things on our channel that I think bring value. This was a blessing to us because this was something we absolutely were going to do. So for them to reach out to us was great timing. We're very appreciative of that. And I want to say thank you to Brooklyn Bedding because this is awesome, man. To have a king mattress for, I mean, context, guys, I'm 6'4", 250 pounds. So to have a king size mattress is really nice in a camper. They don't usually come in campers, but this is actually a camper king, which is a unique size. This is the Aurora Deluxe, I believe is what it's called, and it has the optional pillow top, which I could feel. I mean, you kind of see how smushy that is. That's the pillow top. It's supposed to keep you cooler too. And man, I'll tell you what, this is gonna be nice. So I'm gonna lay down for a minute, and we're gonna get out there where we start talking about the doors. This is not a camper mattress. So I don't really have the patience, or really the budget, to do some of the other things that we want to do out here, like the mezzanine and everything. We'll talk about that here in a second. And again, talking about budget, one last time, I'm going to say thank you to Brooklyn Bedding because that is a blessing to us to have that done and have the mattress thing dealt with because we can go camping now. Check this out. This is what's kind of cool, and this is why we had lights in there while we were doing this. So if you haven't watched the video yet with Kyle and I doing the power in the barn, we had a 50 amp plug installed right here next to the camper, and that is downgraded to a 30 amp because this camper is only a 30 amp camper, and we are plugged in and we can actually just do, I mean, it's basically a guest house here in the barn, which is pretty cool. So man, Holly and I worked hard on getting this thing cleaned yesterday, and it is pretty clean, so we're happy with that. Enough about the camper. We're gonna say goodbye to that mattress. Really good riddance. I mean, look at that. You can't sleep on that, man. All right, moving in. So look at all these outlets, guys. One big thing that we have finished, and that this will be in the electrical video that Kyle and I did. We have outlets everywhere. So they're on these posts, that post. This goes to a 30 amp outlet outside. And I mean, we've got outlets on outlets. Starting to move in some of the oils and some of the deer attractants and stuff, and I really got to figure out a shelving situation that's going to work for us. These are kind of rinky-dink for what we're going to need out here, but they'll do for now. We have a basketball going here, so we're going to have some fun shooting hoops. I moved my Coyote tractor in here. One regret I do have, I should have put the ceiling in when I built the building. This is why. The doors take a lot longer than you think. These doors took about a month to come in, and that's without like, I remember during the pandemic, there was like all kinds of delays and everything. There was no delay on the doors. They were just like, hey, it just takes a month to make them and have them come in and then install them. The installer did a fantastic job, but having these things open, birds came in and pretty much pooped everywhere. So we had to rent that guy. So this is a floor sweeper, floor scrubber, and Holly and I went around and scrubbed these floors and scrubbed these floors and scrubbed these floors. And this is what the pads look like that go on that thing. They're almost like, you know, dish pads that you wash your dishes with. That's more coarse. This is less coarse. I started with these, and this was actually fine. It was just bird poop. Floors now look great. We cleaned all that stuff off, and we were able to start moving some stuff in. That will continue to be a process, but I hate birds. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. Your boy spent some extra money on this, and I'll tell you where that money came from here in a second, but check this out. I mean, how awesome is that? So when I talked to the garage door folks, I said, listen, I don't need power doors. I could just, you know, give me a rope, I could pull them. I've always done it that way, or I could just lift them from the bottom and swing them up, no big deal. Garage door guy says back to me, how are you gonna lift a 14-foot door? I was like, I hadn't thought about that. So something I didn't think about was how expensive garage doors are gonna be. And then when I started going through the door shopping process, which I've never been through and I don't recommend you guys ever go through, not really an exciting process, it was all about what quality door to use and which one do we want to have on this building. Let me show you what I mean. So you really have a couple options. You can do paper thin ones, which is just basically steel, and they just stamp out a door. You could do steel on one side, vinyl on the other side, which is not really a lifetime option, or you could do what this is, which is steel on this side, and fully insulated on the inside. So it is a very heavy duty door. They call this a lifetime door. And you know, if something dents or something breaks, you can just take one panel out and replace that panel and you're good to go. So you probably want to see what it looks like from the outside, and I do too, because I think it looks awesome. All this stuff is going to get cleaned up, guys. Some of these implements aren't mine, by the way. I know I've got stuff everywhere. Like those two belong to TYM. They're coming to get those. And yeah, so it does look like kind of like Sanford and Son out here, but we're getting it dialed in, guys. But boom, what do you think of that? I think this building looks awesome with the black and the gray. I got to decide what color should I paint the doors, guys. I need to know that. I'm going to stain the post walnut probably in the fall, or well, probably in the spring. I'm going to let them age a little bit, but stain those walnut. But what color should I paint these doors? Because I don't think white looks good, but we'll talk about that later. But man, what do you guys think of the doors? I think they look fantastic. Get out of the way. Hi, son. Side by side's in the way. But they're simple, they're clean, not too modern, but it also doesn't look, I don't want a red and white barn, guys. I know it's classic, but that's just not what I wanted. It's not me. Black is my favorite color, always has been, and I just think that looks awesome. Now, I told you I would tell you how I paid for these doors. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for them, so you guys could laugh at me. These doors, it's so nice to come in here and just like shut the door, and the bugs and the mosquitoes and the birds and all the stupid stuff doesn't come in here. But these doors with LiftMaster auto lifts, which are whisper quiet, like super quiet, crazy quiet. 12 by 12 door, 12 by 12, 12 by 14. I've had a lot of people ask me why I went with such a tall door here and why I went with such a high ceiling, which I'll answer that here in a second. But $12,800 for these doors, guys. Almost $13,000 for shop doors. Now, I don't know if that's a good price. I don't know if that's a bad price. I don't know if it's let's put it this way. I asked multiple different people, got multiple bids, and that was actually on the lower end. And I really like the guy because we talk deer hunting most of the time. So I think it's a pretty good price. I was happy with it. How did I pay for it? Well, one, with money, but two, I sold the Candy Cowboy. I didn't want to sell it. I really liked it. It was a great machine, but somebody offered me money for it, which is almost exactly what these doors were going to be. So I sold it. And the Candy Cowboy is gone, not because it's a bad machine, not because I think anything ill of it. I loved the machine. But we had to call something out of the herd in order to, you know, afford shop doors. Well, guys, it's exciting to be moved in. It's exciting to have this thing almost coming to an end, which is kind of weird to say, but we're really close. The last thing we'll do to really put the cherry on top is we are going to pour the apron. It's going to be a 6-inch slab, 25 inches out, 62 feet wide. It's going to cost more money, which seems to, again, be the theme of this whole thing, but I didn't go into this thinking this was going to be free. This is still pretty much on budget of what I expected it would cost, and that apron, I think, is going to be a huge value add upgrade to this building, because these floors are nice, they're clean, and if I go straight from muddy gravel in here, this is going to become muddy gravel. So what I really want to do is kind of push that out. There's an outlet outside. There is a hydrant outside, so we could hook up water, we could pressure wash the machines, let them dry, and then bring them in. I think that that's going to make us a lot more sane and a lot, you know, and also a lot safer, because when I'm doing things like bringing the camper in with a mini skid steer, that apron would have made that a piece of cake because it would grade up. The whole thing that made that a problem was the grade. There was a 6-inch lip that thing had to get over, which was, that was sketchy, a little sketchy, not gonna lie. The doors being done is huge, the power is done. We're gonna do outdoor power, but I don't even know that I'll do a video on that. This may be, there'll probably be one more video that I'll do on the barn build, just to kind of put a button on it. And then I think maybe in that video, I'll share with you guys kind of what everything costs and do like a start to finish kind of thing, because I think those are fun videos, and that'd be a cool thing for our family to have too, being like, okay, well, this is our project start to finish. It's almost like, you know, a time capsule of the whole process. It's been more painful than that process will be in probably a 10 or 15-minute video, but it's worth it. This has been a work of love, guys. My kids will have this building one day. This will be theirs, and I want to do it right. So that's kind of our, it's in our blood. We don't do things halfway, we do them right, which is probably why we're always tired. We're working hard. We appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Joe the Farmer, we out.